What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And I just happen to be scrolling through TikTok, as we like to call it over here. Damn, I almost trying to like Tweety Bird for a minute. TikTok, as we like to call it over here. I ran across a video where this woman decided she was going to tackle the entire large, broad topic of why black women are behind in dating and marriage in 4 minutes on TikTok. Right? So this is a bad idea from the start. All right. When I first started watching this video, you know what made me first start watching this video? I ain't going to lie to y'all. It's petty. But what made me first start watching this video, and I looked at her face when she popped up, and I said to myself, God damn, this woman had a lot of plastic surgery. That's the first thing I said to myself. That's the first thing that made me stop. I was like, she looks like she could be related to Michael Jackson, the late version after all the surgery. Her jawline is strong as hell. She kind of looked like The Mask. And her lips, bruh. I don't know if she did the Kylie Jenner challenge. I don't know if y'all remember the Kylie Jenner challenge where girls, primarily Caucasian women, but all types of girls, mainly Caucasian women, were sticking their lips in bottles and then pulling them out so they would get swollen and it would look like they had thick, full lips. You know, the same thing they used to make fun of black people for. But I digress. Either way, she looked like she was attempting to do that. But she either used too much Botox or whatever the hell it is that they put in your lips, silicone, whatever it is. It's what you call it. Or she did the Kylie Jenner challenge and she put her lips too far in that bottle because her lips are big as hell. Don't get me wrong, she could probably give a mean 7-Eleven Slurpee. But that does not change the fact that her lips are big as hell. Like, it's ridiculous. It looked like she got stung by a bee. It looked like 2 raw sausage links. Like, it looked like a lot of stuff, and it's not good. And that knows, you know what, we ain't even going to get into all that because we done already wasted 2 minutes, and I want to get straight into it, so let's go.
Here is the reason why majority of black women are behind in the dating game, behind in the marital game. They're not getting married and they cannot secure or they have not been securing men who provide.
Now she's going to tackle this in 4 minutes. This is a disaster waiting to happen. As soon as I seen she was going to attempt this, I was like, yo, I'm going to do a reaction to this. And for the fellas watching, like I said, there's some real in what she says. It's not like it's all cap, but there's a lot of cap and there's a lot of dodging accountability. And ladies, if you ever want to see an example, a prime example of what men mean when we say y'all not accountable, this video is a prime example of it. Because what she's about to do is pretend to be accountable, but she's not going to be. But let's see her break down this big, broad-ass issue in 4 minutes on TikTok. This is going to be great. Let's see.
And the main reason why is honestly speaking, it's first societal programming and second, the way that we raise our children, which is why I encourage every black woman that's watching this video, even if you made mistakes and you already have children, be the person that breaks the pattern in the family, especially in regards to the selection of men.
Now, I agree with her 100% about this, right? So like I said, some real is some cap. But it's a lot of cap and a lot of dodging accountability. Let's continue.
Let's be honest. Women who are of other cultures, as white women, Middle Eastern women.
Now, listen. Soon as she said as white women and Middle Eastern women, Asian women, I was just like, she about to step into territory where she don't know what the hell she's talking about. Because she don't confidently know these cultures. If she did, she wouldn't have said like that. She's just about to just start. She's going to use that as a shield to make her point. But I'm not going to allow her to do that. But let's go forward.
Women, Asian women, they are taught to target and date and pursue men who are providers.
All women are taught to target, date, and pursue men who are providers. Literally all women are taught to do that. What's not being mentioned here is that all women, especially of other cultures, since we're talking in broad terms, obviously she don't mean literally all, neither do I. She means majority, so don't type that stupid no in the comments. Talking about the majority. Anyways, getting back to it. The majority of women in other cultures, right, they are taught to be more traditional, as in they enjoy hosting families. They enjoy cooking. They don't mind cleaning up after hosting an event because they enjoy hosting events. They enjoy serving. They enjoy cooking. They enjoy baking. They enjoy decorating, making the place look nice for Thanksgiving. The whole family comes over for Thanksgiving, making the place look nice for Christmas if the whole family decides to come over for Christmas, and taking the cute little pictures and organizing and home decor and all the stuff that I talked to you guys about before, right? I can get into the whole thing, but my point is they're taught how to be wives. For those of you who follow this channel, y'all know that I own my own production company, right? And we make movies, but I do freelance videography, right? Like I'll shoot music videos. Somebody wants me to like live stream a wedding or record a wedding. I'll do it for them. With that being said, in both August and September, I recorded weddings for one family, right? One mom, I recorded both weddings for. Now, when I recorded these weddings, she was super nervous about her son. I said, dang, why are you so nervous? She goes, oh, you know, with boys, you never really know what the woman is there for. You never really know what's going on. You know, blase, whatever you want to call it. So whatchamacallit. The point is, she's like, I don't really know what the girl's motives are. So I'm always a little nervous. Plus, it's you know, it's mama's boy. So I'm also kind of like, that's my baby boy. He's going off. Now he belongs to another woman. But mainly it was, I don't know this woman's intentions, right? I hope she's marrying my son that's successful for the right reasons. Now, the next month when her daughter got married, she was calm as a whistle. Of course, the dad was more nervous, right? Because, you know, daddy's girl, mama's boy. Either way, she was calm as a whistle. But I asked her, I said to her, why aren't you as nervous about this wedding as you were about your son's wedding? Obviously, it's mama's boy. I know that's the joke. But really, why? I'm just curious. She said, I'm not worried about my daughter at all because she's been trained for this. She already knows exactly what to do as a wife, and she knows exactly what type of man to look for. And I met the man, and I trust the man. And they're young, but they're really mature because they got married at 21, go figure. Right after they both graduated college. The other couple was under the age of 25. They were 24. One of them was 24. The other one was 25. Exactly. But I digress. Either way, the point is, she's like, I trained my daughter from the time she was a child for marriage. So she already knows what to do. She already knows how to select. I know she knows how to be a good wife. I know she knows how to choose. I met the man. He's a good man. I trust her. My son, again, I was more worried about what the woman's intention was. Why am I saying all this? I'm saying that to say the key word in what she said was, I already taught my daughter how to be a good wife. Going back to what I was saying before, hosting, serving, cooking, cleaning, baking, hosting family events, doing the home decor in the house, making it look festive for Christmas, making it look homely for Thanksgiving, putting everybody in the matching, Christmas gear to take their little cheesy photos, sending out the Christmas cards, setting up everything for everybody to eat, clean up everything after they're done, bringing them their drinks. This is supposed to bring you joy. It's supposed to be like your pride. It's like providing for men is supposed to be like their pride. It's not something they're supposed to be ashamed of. You're only ashamed of it if you're not doing it for the right person. Why are you bringing all this up, Alex? To point to the fact that what she didn't talk about other cultures of women is simply she didn't mention how other cultures of women are also trained on how to be wives and what to do as a wife. A large segment of black women, not all, were never taught. When you run into this man who is a protector, a provider, a real masculine man, there's more traits than that. That's an elite man, but I got a whole video on that. Y'all can look it up yourself. This is what you need to do as a wife. Black women aren't taught that. What black women are told is, you deserve that. I deserve. That's one of their favorite words. And they don't explain to you why, nothing. It's just, I deserve. Just because I exist. Either way, they're taught, girl, you're the bomb. Positive reinforcement. You're the greatest thing on earth. Can't nobody say nothing bad about you. Can't nobody correct you. You deserve a good man. So because they're taught that instead of how to be a good wife, they all think they just deserve a good man just because. Not all, of course. Someone's still going to say, so I ain't saying that no more. But the point is, she leaves this completely out and skips right into another topic. This is an example of dodging accountability right here. But let's continue.
Someone or a man who has something to offer. Because in those cultures, when the father gives their daughter away to that man, they don't have the expectation in their mind that their daughter is going to have to struggle, work hard, work double shifts. They feel like we're giving our precious flower away to you. Here she is. Make sure you take good care of her and make sure you're able to provide for her.
This is not true. This is what I mean by dodging accountability. They also train their daughters on how to be good wives. They also stop their daughters from having high body counts, which is something, if you say in the West, people go crazy. How dare you try to control their sexuality? But the reality is, in most cultures, you're saying precious flower because a lot of those girls are virgins, or they're damn near virgins. The body count the average Western woman has, and listen, I'm not even a big body count person. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. The body count most Western women have, what most of y'all having, 10 or close to 10 bodies. I already proved this point in another video, so go debate with your mother. Most of y'all have 10 or close to 10 bodies by the time you're leaving high school. We ain't even going to talk about the time you're leaving college. In most other cultures, you will be considered whores. In most other cultures, the idea of being with a woman who had kids by another man is laughable. The idea of having kids just by anybody, laughable. All these things are normal in the West. So again, I'm saying that to say, when you're talking about what a man is presenting his daughter as, but you're talking about very traditional cultures when you're bringing up this, because this is basically an arranged marriage. There's not that many cultures left that even do that. But when you're talking about that, what you also need to talk about is, again, what they're presenting. I'm presenting a virgin. My wife has not been deflowered by anyone, aka precious flower, which 90% of you are not. Not only that, my wife is trained on how to cook. My wife knows how to be a good host. My wife enjoys hosting. She knows how to nurture. She knows how to care. She knows how to do what she needs to do. Even if that includes making half the money. The point is, she knows how to do it. She already got a job right now. She ain't got no one to take care of her yet. So if she ever need to get one, she knows how to do that. It's a trade. All you're talking about is expectations. You're just making it sound like you're holding accountability, but you're really not. Let's continue.
But in the Black community, we're taught different. We're taught to date someone just because you like them. Oh, he's not working. It's okay, girl. Girl, hold him down.
Now, listen, I'm just going to keep it real with you. I think I mentioned earlier, but if I didn't, I 1,000% agree with the idea that Black women put way too much of an emphasis on what a man looks like. I've said in other videos before. This is why I said there's some truth in this. I've said in other videos before. Black women date like men. They'll take care of someone because they fine. They will do that, and it is dumb. It is dumb. Now, I ain't going to get into the casual thing. If you do casual, you do casual. If you don't do casual, you don't do casual. But my thing is this. Black women will date a dude almost as like a trophy husband. Not to say it doesn't happen in other cultures, but it doesn't happen as much. And it does happen too much. Let's continue.
Down. He doesn't have much going on. Hold him down. Just work it out.
Now, no one's telling them to stay with a man who doesn't have a job and just hold it down. Most Black women are... Now, listen. If there are some Black women telling them that, they aren't outnumbering the amount of Black women who telling them this man needs to have something. The problem is Black women don't put enough of an emphasis on the idea of have something. Not only that, let's just be honest, most of these women is stigmatized by this time. So it doesn't really matter what the hell you say to them. True or not, they ain't really going to listen to you. It's too late. He undistigmatized her. It's a wrap. But let's continue. Listen, ain't nobody going to pipe you down as good as a homeless man will, man. That homeless D, come on, man. My man needs somewhere to stay. So by the time you get to her, it's too late. But anyways, let's continue.
Stick it out. We're kind of taught that struggle narrative, that narrative of hard work and hard labor.
So again, if you're talking about like traditional cultures, sure, but to be honest with you, in the West, you can make an argument, honestly, that all women really are kind of taught hard labor and hard work, because let's just be honest. First of all, women aren't doing hard labor and hard work. Most of the time, they're not taking jobs that require hard labor and hard work, right? They're not the majority of construction workers. They're not going to be the majority of your roofers. They're not going to be the majority of your plumbers. They're not going to be the majority of your police force. They're not going to be the majority of your army. They're not going to be they're just not. And it's okay. It's good. What they do, they're great at, right? They're going to be the majority of your nurses. They're about to be the majority of your doctors, right? They're going to be the majority of your secretaries. So it's not a knock. It's just the truth. So I'm saying that to say, even if the black woman is working hard, right? Which most women in the West, they in competition with their men, right? And that was your statement. They weren't raised that way. They're still going to look for a man who's working as hard or harder. The reason that they'll date down when it comes to finances is based purely off of looks. But it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that I'll work hard enough for the both of us. No. 9 times out of 10, they're still going to expect you to provide the same or more unless you already dickmatized them. If you somehow got to that point without proving you can provide the same or more, then, hey, like I said, at that point, it's too late. But they know to look for that. Let's continue.
And we're taught, but why would you be doing hard labor if you have a man present that you are...
To be a power couple because you love what you do. Like, there's a lot of reasons. Like, if your woman is a famous actress, you really going to tell her don't work no more? If your woman is one of the world-renowned surgeons, you going to tell her not to do surgery no more? If your woman went to school for nursing, you going to tell her to never nurse again? Like, the thing is, right? Like, if she play ball, whatever it is that your woman do, if she sing, you're going to tell her not to do that? Like, the point is, if your woman has an exceptional gift, right? Or she enjoys doing something, then your job ain't to take that away. Now, I'll tell you guys, there's 2 types of relationships all the time. I'm just going to get into that really quick. And the only 2 I really believe in is traditional, right, with male provider, females nurturing carers of the household, or 50-50, but it has to be a power couple, which means I don't think you should be in a 50-50 relationship unless you're with a woman who's already probably doing something she loves doing. She's making good, real money doing it. It's a career. She's a lawyer. You know what I mean? Again, like I was saying, she's a doctor. She's a nurse. She's a data engineer, something like that. Because you're not going to tell these type of women to stop working, right? Now, I say, and again, I say this all the time. Even in a 50-50 power couple, I'm going to probably want her to stay home at least until the kids is old enough to understand what's going on. Because number one places where kids are in danger of being touched or worse by adults is at daycares or relatives' house. So I still like to be able to provide a position for my woman where she could stay home at least till the kids are old enough for that. But irregardless of the situation, this woman isn't expected to, nor are you expecting her to not have to work again. So to even say like, oh, this is a cultural thing, this only exists in a very small amount of cultures. And most women today are going in expecting, I'm going to have to pay something. That's not really a black issue. Nor is it really a black expectation because, again, they're already being trained to look for their equals. But let's continue.
In a relationship with. That's the difference. And there was a point in time I was working in a luxury firm. It was predominantly a Caucasian luxury firm. And, we would have girl talk, like all the associates, like it was really chill vibes. We would all like sit down in the lunchroom and just talk about like girl stuff. Everyone's dating someone new, catching up. And I noticed.
Did y'all peep that she low key said everyone's dating someone new? We're just catching up. So this is the bird leading the birds. What happened to that girl? Shorty said everyone's dating someone new and we're just catching up. It's girl talk. But when I say, hey, listen, the average woman, she out here getting down. Oh, Alex, you don't understand. That's broken women. Okay. But let's continue. That's most of them. That's all I'm saying.
That the Caucasian women in there and the Middle Eastern women in there and even the Latin women in there, their first question when anyone in our group was dating a man, their first question was, okay, what does he do for a living? That was always the first question. It wasn't.
That's the same question that black women ask you. That's literally the same. All women ask you that. What do you do for a living? Now, from there, you're either going to say a sexy job title that makes them stay around, or you got enough riz to make them stay around, or you got both of you elite men, so it don't make a difference. Pick one. Would you want stability or a real one, a masculine man? Which one you want? I got it. What you need? What you need? Start hitting them like Jay-Z. But like, what are we talking about here? This is where she's missing me at. Every woman asks that question of every culture. Like, she's acting like black women don't ask this. Black women ask that. See, this is the mistake y'all made. Somebody need to timestamp this for me. This is the mistake y'all make. Y'all see a black woman with what y'all identify as a Tyrone or a Pookie, and y'all fail to realize that they're getting quick, fast money in the streets. They just can't put nothing in their names. And what you think is a thug look, they think is fire. So you think she's dating someone who she ain't asked what you do for a living, whose pockets she ain't checked. That ain't the truth. What she's dating is someone who's for everyone. What she's dating is someone who's going to end up locked up. You get what I'm saying? What she's dating is someone who's going to cheat. Or again, someone who's for everyone. That's what the issue is. You making the assumption that this dude doesn't have money. Are there times where that happens? Yes. But a lot of times these guys that you see black women taking care of, they started out having money. They either got locked up or they got fired or they got laid off. And because black women are masculine as hell, they'll just take care of everything and not really say anything about the dudes just sitting there every day. Especially if he piping them down right. But even if that's the case, and I've said this before numerous times, eventually that will end, even with black women. It might take years with them, but eventually it will end. You're not going to be able to live off of that forever because no woman is going to inherently be able to provide for a man over a long period of time unless that's her son. And even then, there's a limit to that, unless there's something wrong with the woman. But let's continue.
Their first question when anyone in our group was dating a man, their first question was, okay, what does he do for a living? That was always the first question. It wasn't, do you like him? Do you love him? Does he treat you nicely? No, that was never the first question. And as I grew up and I matured, it totally dawned on me. And I'm like, no wonder they are so far economically with marriages and with relationships because they're
all right. So first of all, you see how he's a skip. She made one broad statement that's not even true and then just ran to the... Because the next question after they ask you what he does for a living is going to be everything else she said. Do you like him? Is he fine? Does he treat you right? What's his family like? Like, she's acting like they just like, okay, they got money and that's it. That would be a gold digger, which is very few women. Like that's one problem. And then she just puts that out there like that's the big problem. Well, that's not even the problem. The bigger issue, which she has not mentioned one time, is that no one's training black women on how to be wives. 50-50 or house. Doesn't make a difference. No one's training them how to be submissive. No one's teaching them about the importance of embracing their nurturing and caring side. No one's telling them to be soft. You're not tackling any of these issues. You're missing a lot of things besides that. You're also missing all the issues with black men. But you're not helping black women or black men with this video. You're just talking. But let's go ahead and wrap this up.
First thing that they look at is financial security. Black women, on the other hand, that is not the first thing that they look at unless they're from African cultures. African women are totally different when it comes to American women as far as how they date. That man has to be, if they're going to check bank statements.
Nah, actually a lot. All right, so I guess she's assuming straight from African women. I'm going to just say that because this is an African woman in America. They move in the same way, possibly worse. But I'm assuming she means like first generation Africans. I'm just take there's something that she means that. Let's continue.
Marriage is even legalized. They're going to check bank statements. That's how it is in Africa. So props to African women. They have that on lock as far as black women. But it dawned on me and I'm like, this is the problem. Like, this is it right here.
So to her, all right, I'm waiting for her to say something else, but this is the only point she's going to make. To her, black women's problem is they don't identify men who are protectors and providers. Basically, they don't look for men with money. That's what she thinks black women problem are. The main women who be out here asking for six-figure earners out loud. Don't get me wrong. It's not that other cultures don't. I'm talking about out loud, which is essentially a form of begging. She's saying they don't ask for money. The same ones who run around talking about don't settle, and she's saying they don't have any standard. They'll just deal with anybody. She's missing something. I could spend another literal 2 hours talking about all the things she didn't bring up, which is contributing to the downfall of marriage in the black community. I can talk about all the things she didn't bring up like black women, such as not being trained how to be wives. I can bring up all the things she didn't mention about black men at all, such as them not being trained to commit. I could talk about so many different things. But my point here is, of all the issues you could have pointed out, she could even spend time talking about how black women don't date different types of men. Right? Now, would it have been debatable? It depends on how deep she would have went into it. And she's kind of an airhead, so I don't think she would have. But my point is, there's a lot of things she could have added. All her points came back to, you don't target rich, successful men. That's not true. There's not a plethora of rich, successful black men who are like, oh, I can't get laid. That's not true. There's not. It doesn't exist. The majority of rich, successful black men, that's the last of their problems. That's the last of their problems. So that's not true. Let's wrap this up and see if she at least gives a good answer to why they're not vetting properly.
Why are African American women not vetting men properly? Why aren't they choosing men who are educated? Why are they not looking for men who have something to offer? Why are they looking for men that they have to work with or slave with? Majority of the African American women that I know that are highly educated, hyper educated, they take care of their husbands. Their husbands are house husbands. And I've seen that trend. And when I was a kid, I knew it wasn't right. When I was younger, I knew it didn't make sense. But now that I'm older, I'm like, here is the reason.
And it's cut off. I don't even know it will be worth it to get into part 2 because, first of all, a lot of black women aren't wives to start with. And I would have to heavily disagree with the majority of the ones who are wives are taking care of their husbands. Now, I don't even know that I would agree that there's more that are wives that are taking care of their husbands. To be honest with you, I think you see that more with white women than black women, or at least the same. That's more of a problem with the women who can't get to be wives than it is with the actual wives. But the point is, everything, in her opinion, the reason black women are losing in the dating market is solely because they don't target rich, successful men. We all know that that's a lie. She doesn't really know. She has no idea. The real answer would take way more than 4 minutes. You would have to string together all of my videos. I'll tell you the real answer. But what I will tell you based upon what she said is the bigger issue is that black women know who to target, but they don't know how to be the woman for the man that they target. Let it breathe, run it black. Black women know who to target, but they don't know how to be a good man for the woman that they target. That's a bigger problem than what she's saying. They don't have a problem targeting. That's not the issue. I promise. That's not the issue. Women inherently know to target men with money. Just say you don't know. It's fine, man. You didn't even know how to pick a plastic shirt. And like, we understand. All right, let me stop. All right, y'all, I'm done. Listen, I am Alex, y'all, and I am out. Peace.